I have a second channel, Cube Comp MTDX.
Hey everybody, so I'm sure you've seen quite a few videos now of this DBPOWER D2 action camera. I must say I'm really impressed with this thing. It's been a very nice product. I mean, it has had a couple of little flaws that I've had to work with, and I have done a couple of mods to it. I actually did replace the microphone on this thing with a somewhat better quality one. And of course, I also had to refocus the lens because this thing would macro out when it got hot. But other than that, it's been a fantastic camera. I've used it throughout much of the summer for filming bike rides. I've filmed storms with it in its watertight case. And I tell you, it's fantastic. So, in this video, of course, again, this is DBPOWER D2. In this video, I'll be revealing the Rummy R2. R2 D2. So, let's go ahead and unbox this product and see if it's exactly the same as the DBPOWER D2. I suspect that it likely is. I picked this up on eBay for less than $30. And it's a 4K 25 FPS, built-in Wi-Fi, and of course waterproof down to 30 meters, like most of them are, in its watertight case. So, this is the back of the box, and we see Shenzhen HD King Electronics Company Limited. I think that's what it is. So that might be our actual OEM of these cameras. So, open the box, and what do we get? Why, look at there. It is exactly identical, guys. So here is the remote control that came with the DBPOWER D2. It's exactly the same thing. Pop this out of here. Start with the remote control. Again, exactly same thing. Here's the watertight case. Again, exactly the same thing. I don't have the case with me. The case that came with my DBPOWER D2 is in the living room. Exactly the same style case. They give you a micro USB cable and the manual, which is exactly the same thing, just different brand on it. Okay, so let's see what we get here. We have this little strap here. This is just like the D2. It came with very minimal accessories. That's one good thing those cheap sports can before is you get a crap ton of accessories that are never actually compatible with these. So you get some protective film on the watertight case, and we're going to pop this open. And of course we have protective plastic over the lens. And I tell you, it's exactly the same thing. We also have, we usually do have a piece of film across the back of the camera. I ain't gonna worry about that right now. Yeah, look. These are identical except for the brand. One says DBPOWER. The other says Runme. How interesting is that? These two, of course, I think there's also an Picasso version of these. But I do think, can't say for sure, but I'm willing to guess that this manufacturer here is probably the OEM of these cameras. Who actually makes them. Okay, so the DBPOWER D2 already has battery in it. This one does too. Probably doesn't have a charge on it, but let's just take a quick look at the battery. I'll try it here in a moment. Just like the DBPOWER D2, it comes with a 1050 milliamp hour battery, which I believe is actually a little closer to the ballpark of 900 milliamp hours, if I remember from my testing. So the left battery is the one that came with the DBPOWER D2. This is the one that came with the Runme R2. Pop this into the camera and see if it has any charge. If it does not, to charge it up. And I have extra batteries on hand for these. And let's go ahead and start it up. Battery is dead. Okay. So we need to charge that battery up. I'll put in one of my fresh batteries here. Again, these Camcom batteries, you can get a set of them off of Amazon for like $13, and it comes with a little USB charger. Pretty good deal. Let's see if it'll power up now. Again, exactly the same firmware, except this one gives you the Rummy logo when you start it versus DBPOWER. Let's go to the menu. Yes, I do not have a card in it. Let's just see what everything is set to. Okay, 1080p 60 FPS, that's what I always run these on. I like the high frame rate. I need to get out of this. These usually, they have the time set turned on by default. I always suggest you turn this off because these cameras don't have a timekeeping backup cell, timekeeping battery in them. So anytime you pull the main battery out, if you're changing the battery, it will lose date and time. And there's two ways if you want to put the current date and time in, if you go to use the camera, there's two ways you can do it. Of course, you can do it with the menu. The other way is to hook up the Wi-Fi. It'll actually grab the Wi-Fi. It'll actually grab the date and time from your smartphone. Also, let's make sure that our power frequency is set correctly. It might not be. See, it's on 50 Hertz. For those in North America, we need to set that to 60. In other countries that use 60 Hertz, you'd have to do this as well. It's funny there's an auto setting. Let's set it to 60 Hertz. Okay, so here's our version. Let me start the DBPOWER D2 and see if we can get that information off of it. Yeah, they're running exactly the same firmware revision. iCam H9 170119. It's just the logo's different. These are identical cameras. I suspected that all along when I had seen the listing for the R2 online. I was like, that's got to be exactly the same as the DBPOWER D2. See, the thing is, if you go to look up the DBPOWER D2 on Amazon, they've replaced it with a different camera, which supposedly I think is actually a better camera. But I wanted to get a second one of these. That way it would work with all my extra water tank cases and accessories and such. And also, I'm already familiar with this device. So, for me, it's like, why have to replace all my stuff just to get a different camera? So let's get out of that on this one. shut this one off. Pretty neat, I must say. Okay, so we're back in recording mode, and yes, again, there's no card. But yeah, it's exactly the same as the DBPOWER D2. What else can I say? So, for those of you who have been watching my DBPOWER D2 videos on my channel, if you're looking for this camera and you can't find it under the DBPOWER branding, look under the Rummy branding. It's exactly the same thing. So I'm going to power this one off. This is neat, I must say. So now I guess I can say I have R2D2 when it comes to my action cameras. I think that's funny. R2D2. It's nice to have a spare one of these things in case something happens to one of them. And given these things are so blasted cheap, you know, it's like my buddy, my coworker, bought one to mod, to be like a, you know, for his beekeeping. He modded one, or is going to be modding one, to act as a Wi-Fi camera to watch his beehives. So anyways, I think that sums up for this one. These are exactly the same. And again, less than $30, you can't beat it. I spent less on this one than I did on this one. I think I paid like $29.99 for this one. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.
Well guys, that's it for this one. But it doesn't have to be. There's plenty more videos on the channel to check out. Also, if you liked the video, please click the like button. And if you absolutely hated it, there is the alternative button as well. But yeah, please subscribe to the channel. I definitely appreciate it. And remember to click the bell so that we get notified of all updates. Also, if you're interested in things aside from computers and technology, check out my second channel. It's CubeCompMTDX. Over there you'll find videos about weather, elevators, bicycling, and pretty much whatever else I figure out to upload. So yeah, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you for your support.